small village of Worpswede near the German city of Bremen. This place, at the turn of 19th, 20th century, was a cherished spot of German artists. High sky to the horizon, the black swampland riddled with channels with willows around them, and ordinary people with work-worn hands and bent back from the hard work. They captured it all in their works, etchings and sketches. Artists were inspired by this closeness to the earth and nature. They lived in these beautiful houses, worked, loved, and searched for themselves.
In
the second half of the late 19th century, a group of German artists who had already been academically recognized, but believed that in these academic circles the form, formats, and requirements were too chronic or firm, decided to turn to nature, to the earth, and moved to the countryside, where they decided to try a new style, new opportunities. They were inspired in the first place by nature. Worpswede became home to many well-known German Impressionists and Expressionists. Now this village is home to the third generation of artists. The founders of the artistic colony was Fritz Mackensen, Hans and Ende and Otto Modersohn. Later they were joined by Heinrich Vogler and Paula Modersohn-Becker. The exhibition of the Institute of German Relations with Foreign Countries is about Worpswede artist settlement, about the bizarre riddles of destinies. And Kazakhstan on the way of this exhibition was not accidental. First of all, this exhibition is part of our 40 exhibitions by our institute that travel around the world. And why this exhibition has arrived in Kazakhstan? Well, because of course, I like to introduce the unique creativity of the artist Paula Modersohn-Becker. On the other hand, the Worpswede group of artists had a painter Heinrich Vogler, who eventually ended up in Kazakhstan, and in the 1940s his life tragically ended. One of the significant figures of Worpswede artists was Vogler. He tried in his own house in Worpswede to embody socialist experiment. He traveled to Ashgabat, Tashkent. Then he moved to Moscow, where he married a local woman. Sometime later, he was deported to Kazakhstan, in the city of Karaganda, where he died. The fate of the German artist Paula Modersohn-Becker is interesting as well. She began to work at a time when the way to a professional art academy was closed for German women. A woman could draw and paint only in small studios for herself or in order to pursue a career of a governess in the future.
Германии в то время не разрешалось принимать девушек и для учебы и
In Germany at that time, it was not allowed to take the girls to school to become a professional artist. It was a big taboo. And in order to study her beloved profession, she left to her hated aunt in England, where she received a basic knowledge of the artist's work. And receiving the basic knowledge and basic skills, she came back to Bremen, where she lived at the time she went to Worpswede.
Фундаментальные знания или базовые знания, она жила же в Бремене, она поехала в Worpswede.
There she met her future husband and the painter Otto Modersohn and created a lot of artwork. But the artist with irresistible force was attracted to Paris. Life of a cook and housewives did not suit her desires.
Париж ее тянул с ее молодости, потому что вот та свобода, которая свойственна для художников, она там есть.
Paris attracted her since she was very young, because the freedom that belongs to the artist is there. There wasn't one in Germany in the 19th century. And the freedom, the search for a new language to express their own inner world and the outside world, that's what this young girl wanted to find in the works of the artists Cézanne, Gauguin, Van Gogh, pre-Raphaelite.
В творчестве художника Сезанна, Гогена, Ван Гога, художников прерафаэлитов. Вот эта молодая девушка.
Paula Modersohn-Becker and her fellow artists of Worpswede represent one of the most significant chapters in the history of German art of 19th, 20th centuries, and invariably caused the interest of the public in many countries.